Welcome to Hot Mess Issue Today, the hit. Please like, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today, I have on the politics mask, and it's hard not to be talking about it, but Trump indictments, the latest, the latest Trump indictment in Fulton County, brought on by attorney Fonnie Willis, listed 21 times that Trump lied. It's like a 45-page document indicting him on these false statements. I mean, when you read them, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but some of them are just crazy. It seemed like, you know, just one of them alone is enough to prove a point and put him in jail. You know, you know, Trump manipulated. The indictment alleges that Trump and his alleged co-conspirator, co-conspirators organized the phony slates of electors and then caused the slates to be transmitted to Vice President Pence and other government officials to try to get them counted on January 6th, the day Congress met to count the electoral votes. So they have created some fake, phony states, phony electoral votes, and try to get them, you know, implemented into the count. That by itself should be enough to, convict and sentence and put them in jail if it's found to be true. But that's just one of 21. So then, he said the lie that Pence had the power to reject Biden's electoral votes. Pence had repeatedly and correctly told Trump that he, Pence, did not have the constitutional or legal right to send electoral votes back to the states as Trump wanted. The indictment notes that Trump nonetheless repeatedly declared that Pence could do so, first in private conversations and then White House meetings, then in tweets on January 5th and January 6th, then in Trump's January 6th speech in Washington at the rally before the riot, in which Trump, angry at Pence, allegedly inserted that the false claim into his prepared text, even after advisors had managed to temporarily get it removed. He still decided to lie and say that Pence had the power to decline the electoral votes of the states that went to Biden. I mean, that also seemingly, by itself, him and the co-conspirators that were organizing that, you know, would be enough to just send them to jail if they were found guilty on that point. Then, the one that really, set off a lot of the stuff, in Georgia was the lie that Georgia had thousands of ballots cast in the names of dead people. The indictment notes that Georgia's top elections officials, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, a Republican, explained to Trump in a phone call on January 2nd that you know, this claim was false, but that Trump repeated it in his January 6th rally speech anyway. Raffensperger said in the phone call and then in a January 6th letter to Congress that just two potential dead voter cases have been discovered in the state. Raffensperger said in late in late 2021 that the total had been updated and stood at 4. And, and that was probably in line with any other state, and it's not intentional deception. It's just, people dying at the time that they die. And, a lot of people having the same name, same last name, same initials, similar birth dates. So that was probably in line with any other state. But, and they probably didn't even check the other states, Republican states. They could have had way more than 4 dead people that were voting. But they didn't bother to check those, and you haven't heard anything along those lines. And then, you know, and that's just 2 of 21 lies. It just goes on and on. The lie that Vice President and I are in total agreement that the Vice President has the power to act. That's definitely a lie. Pence wasn't going to be pulled into it. Otherwise he would be indicted right now also. And that's why on January 6th, the rioters were trying to get at Pence, so they could just eliminate him and try to make a difference. But, Pence he was hiding out. He wasn't about trying to get into all that, you know. But it's crazy indictment of Trump, and I don't know where it's gonna stop, where it's gonna end. And it just crossed, a bunch of states. It was a lie that Pennsylvania had 2005 more votes than voters. I mean, that would definitely be hard to do. The indictment notes that Trump's acting attorney general, Jeffrey Rosen, and acting deputy attorney general, Richard Donahue, had both told Trump, that this claim was false. But Trump kept making it anyway, including in the January 6th rally speech. So you had some seemingly honest people around him that was trying to do the right thing, but Trump just ignored them and said and did what he wanted to do. But the sad thing is, these people still stay around him. They still stay Republican, and I don't know that you know that's still any better. I mean, they wasn't screaming as loud as he was screaming. You know, if 2 or 3, 4, 20 of them, scream out, no, it's not true, that would drown his lying out. But they don't. They just tell him once or twice and walk away and let him keep spewing misinformation. And, in their minds, that's supposed to be okay. I did what I'm supposed to do, you know. Well, this has been Hot Mess Issue Today, The Hit. Please like, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.